Shar with Southern Grace Mercantile. We're going to do a lunchtime craft today. If you jump on here, just say hi. Today we're going to make this UV resin and crushed glass flag. And like I've said before, I really like UV resin for smaller projects because you can finish it really fast. So we do sell these as kits on the website at southerngracemercantile.com. And basically it's a 6x6, maybe 5.5 by 6 inch wood block. It's 2 inches thick. And you get the crushed glass and beads or white glass. Today I'm going to use white glass on this one. But we're going to go ahead and make it up real quick and get that going. So the first thing that I did was I painted my background white because on this one, and on the one I'm going to make with you, I used clear glass for the white. You can use white glass. Sometimes we send out white glass. Sometimes we send out clear glass. But I like to put a white coat down just to kind of help the color pop. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was super lazy and I just used a really fat white acrylic paint marker to do my white paint. It worked. So I'm going to make my blue square. It's kind of a rectangle first. And it's just all with crushed glass. And I just kind of put it where I want it. And if there's a piece in there that I don't like this is an odd color. It's not blue. Pick it out of the way. I don't always take my glass to the edge because I like to leave a little space on for the resin to kind of go there. But you could go to the edge. Doesn't matter. All that matters is that you kind of get a little rectangle in here. Keep in mind, we're not making the full flag with all the stripes. We're just doing an artistic impression of a flag. So I get my blue down. The one thing I do like to do is that on the flag it starts with red and ends with red. And there's red at the top of the blue and red at the bottom of the blue. So I try to do that. But if it doesn't work out, it's fine. Because again, we're just doing an artist's impression. So I'm going to take my red. And the red will have, you don't usually get just a pure red in crushed glass. So the red has a little bit of orange in it, but when you mix it in, and once you put your resin down, you don't really notice. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, you could pick out all those little orange pieces, but I don't really see a need to do that. So. How thick you make your lines is totally up to you. I kind of, sometimes I'll do my red, just my red, and then I'll come back and do the clear, or I'll alternate. Today I'm going to alternate. And I'm going to do clear instead of white today, but it will look like white. Let's push that up there. Got a little too much in there. And you don't really need the glass to be that thick, but you do want it to end kind of even. I'm gonna go get some more blue glass just in case. I just kind of want my blue to come down a little bit more. So, well, that doesn't look right. It'll be all right. All right. Then I'm going to come in with my white, in this case clear. And each flag is going to be a little bit different. But again, it's just a representation of the flag. It's not an actual, we're not putting 50 stars on here. We're not putting 13 stripes. Just gonna, couple. You do, like I said, you don't want it to be too thick, but you also don't want it to be too thin, because when you kind of want that medium, because when you put the resin on, it will kind of spread out a little bit. And I'm going to put one more row here, and I'm going to end with red. Even if it's just a slight one. I'm going to pick, I've got a little bit of red in my, right on my border I don't want. I'm going to add that in just a little bit. This is a little orange piece. I'm going to trade that out for a good red piece. Yeah. So you can't, I don't want to lift it too much, but you can kind of see I've got my blue, my red, white stripes. So we're going to do that. And this was one of the projects that we made on the crafting cruise. And we're going to do something similar at Pinners Conference in Texas, Utah. Texas, Utah, and Arizona. But you'll have, we're not going to do a flag. You'll have the option to do a cross or a heart along with a Christmas tree. You'll have those options at Pinners Conference in Texas, Utah, and Arizona coming up here this fall. So I think I'm going to call this good. And then I'm just going to take my UV resin and I am going to cover it in resin. I'm not going to do the sides because I'm using UV resin. I do the sides later if I want the sides done. But right now, another little drop of red right there. But if I want to do my sides, I do that at a later time after I do the main. I always just run an edge around. There's no reason why. I just do. I like to outline it. And then I'm just going to make my little lines. I'm going to let the resin flow and fill in. You want to make sure that the resin gets all the way through the glass and goes down to the wood. And there's no rhyme or reason in how to put it down, I don't feel. You just want to make sure that everything gets coated. It's a nice little coat in there. So obviously I'm not doing the same thing. And UV resin, all resin, kind of has a smell. So you want to, like this little red is kind of in my white. I don't want it there. Let me bring that down. So you can, if you wanted to, make a, you could wear a respirator. I'm in a huge room. My house is an open concept. So you could do it in there. Plus I have my back door open. Now, when you're using resin, these little alcohol wipes or alcohol and tissue are your best friend because they take off the resin. It's a solvent for the resin. It's really good. So I'm going to keep doing this. Now, if you order one of our kits, you either need to order the UV resin light from us, or you need to go find one. You have to have a UV resin light. Well, that's not really true. You could set it outside in the sunshine. Just hope no bugs get in it, but you could set it outside in the sunshine if you didn't have a resin light. I don't know how long it would take, but it would work. Okay, so I've got a little bit of, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my resin comes all the way out to the edge. And I'm not really putting any more down. I'm just kind of moving what was there. Sometimes I'll take a UV flashlight and I'll just run around the edges to harden it so it doesn't leak. But not a big deal. I do have one little spot here that has run down the side. I did cover my workspace. I covered it with that press and seal. So I'm going to put it in my little UV light. And we will see and make sure that it's good to go. Now my UV light has UV on the bottom and the top. I could have taken it apart and just put the two top sides on it, but it should be good. I'm going to do it for 120 seconds. I'm going to check on it. And like I said earlier in another video, there's UV resin and then there is two-part resin. I am using UV resin. It is pre-mixed. It comes in a black bottle because it doesn't want to have exposure to the light. And you don't have to mix it. And it's good for smaller projects, not for big projects. If you're doing a big project, you want the two-part resin. You want to mix it until it's clear, get all the bubbles out of it, and do that whole thing. And you know what I just realized? I forgot the stars in the flag. Silly me. So what I'm going to do, clean up this spilt resin. So this is set a little bit, not a long, set for about a minute. And I'm going to take it out and I'm going to put my stars in. Silly goose. So I'm just using white chips of glass for my stars. And you can use white beads. That's what I used on the sample that I showed you. I was just being a little bit different in this one. They're not going to be exact. They're not going to be an exact rose, and that's okay. But as soon as I put these down, well, I'm going to, oh, come on over here. I'm going to add some more resin. And the resin is going to work as a glue. Again, my rows aren't perfect. We've got to get rid of our, I'm a little anal. out of here because it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be handmade. Come on. All right. And if I were to touch this, it's a little bit tacky, but I can tell that my resin is hardening. So I'm going to put this down. Put these in here. Such a silly goose. Make sure they're all covered. That one flipped over, so I'm going to pull it up here. I want it right there. And then, because I'm doing a second coat here, it's a little bit thicker. So I want to make sure that I can't tell that. Then I'm going to put it in my oven for... just going to wipe that off. Spin this way. I'm going to put it in my oven. I'm going to cook it for 120 seconds. And it'll be good to go. I really love the pillow and the flag. And Dawn, if you're coming to Pinners in Arizona, we're going to do a similar thing with a Christmas tree and the cross. You can choose. You can choose the cross or you can choose the heart. And they're just really beautiful. The cross, I kind of, because it was really with clear glass, but it's clear on one side and has kind of gold on it. And so I outlined them with a gold marker, which makes it look amazing. Dawn, on the last post you commented on, and I asked you to send me some blackout dates because I might be booking a second cruise. It's just it was really hot. It was really hot, and I don't like hot. So we have the one in April booked, but I might be booking a second one. So send me some blackout dates during the year that might be good for you. I also thought like a fall one, like a November or December might be fun. Imagine how fun it would be to do a Christmas to New Year's, although, you know, the whole family time thing might get in the way unless you brought your family. That would be tons of fun. Or, you know, when I was in college, one of my best Christmases I spent down in Mexico, and I was sitting on the beach drinking a beer on Christmas Day, and it was amazing. So, anyways, there you have it. All done. And that didn't take us very long at all. So, and this is the sample. This is the actual one that we did on the cruise. That was really cute. And it kind of made like we did a little vignette. There was a pillow and the crushed glass, and then everyone got a little gift that said USA. So it makes a nice little display. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be on here tomorrow. We're going to make something else. Like I said, I'm going to try to go live every day around lunchtime or something for the rest of the month to get me back in the rhythm. So I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.